Do you ever feel like you're asking yourself the question, is this all there is to life? Like, is this it? Is this what we're supposed to do? Like, wake up every morning, go to a job that we hate, uh, go on a few vacations a year, have fun on weekends, eventually get married, settle down, have kids, retire, spend our winters in Florida, and then die. It's like, is this all there really is to life? Watching Netflix and living this experience, and the answer to that, from my standpoint, is 100% no. We can live a life where we feel fulfilled every single day, doing the exact same thing that we're doing right now. We don't need to change anything out there in order to start experiencing the fulfillment, the joy, and the happiness that we've been seeking our entire lives. And deep down, I think all of us realize that we are not being fulfilled. Like, we are not fulfilled with respect to our relationship. We're not fulfilled with respect to our financial situation. We're not fulfilled with respect to our level of happiness, our level of fulfillment. And that little calling that you feel, like that little voice, essentially, it's this a sense of knowing that there's more to this life, is what you need to start tuning into and start asking one simple question. Well, why? Why am I not living the life of my dreams? Why am I not living my best life? And here's the first answer. It's not about adding anything else. It's not about adding more experience. It's not about adding more money. It's not about adding a husband or a wife or kids. It's not about having more free time. It's about learning to understand the programs, the belief systems, the survival patterns that you've created that are keeping you in this mindset, that are keeping you miserable, that are keeping you in this mode of like grinding and hustling and sacrificing. So what I want to do in today's video is I want to help you get to the root of why you're not living that best life, why you're not feeling fulfilled, how we can get to get you to a place where you wake up every morning and you're energized and excited for life. You spring out of bed being like, oh, I can't wait to see what this day fulfills or brings to me. How I can take fulfillment out of this day, I guess is what I should have said. So I'm just going to break this down, and I'm like literally doing this on the fly here. And as I'm doing it, I'm kind of like just thinking, okay, well, what is it that I have changed in my life that makes me feel fulfilled, makes me feel in this constant state of gratitude, where I'm just so grateful in every single moment for the opportunity to live this life. So that is step one, is gratitude, right? When we start focusing on the things that we do have and stop focusing on the things that we don't have, we create an insane shift within ourselves. Okay, so how did I install the habit of gratitude? Basically, all I did was I just started writing 10 things out that I was grateful for every day. The key, I think, for me was I searched for things I was grateful for. I just didn't write out the same 10 things every day. I just looked. Like, I'm grateful right now that I'm able to sit in front of a camera and other people are going to see this video and it might help them, right? So really look around the room and find the things you're grateful for, like grateful for the country you live in, the running water, you're grateful for the pen to be able to write out that you're grateful. And then of course you can add in things like I'm grateful for my family or my dog or whatever that may be, but you really want to try and get outside of that and look to all of the things that you're grateful for within your life. So that, I think, is definitely step one. For me, once I installed the habit of gratitude, then gratitude was turned on in me. I didn't have to write it out anymore. I would literally, and this still happens to me, I'd walk down the street and I'd be like, I'm so grateful for, this fresh air that I'm breathing. I'm so grateful that I have legs and that I can walk. I'm healthy. It's just like this constant sense of gratitude. And the thing that's wild about gratitude is that the more gratitude we feel, the more things that we can have gratitude for come into our lives, right? More opportunity, more friendships, more connection. So that would be step one, is gratitude. Step two is integrity, right? Which is essentially stop telling lies. Stop telling any lies. Take this video as a moment or as an awareness, as this thing that needs to shift, where you stop telling any lies whatsoever. And I'm talking about white lies as well, right? We tend to do little white lies all the time because we think it's sparing other people's feelings. But what it's actually doing, though, is when we tell a lie, is we're essentially saying to ourselves that we're not a good person. We're not deserving of love, of abundance, of success, because we're a liar. And this is all happening at a subconscious level, right? So a real simple tool is just to start living a life of integrity. And I have a video, I think, that you can search that is the levels of integrity, because there's other levels of integrity. It's not just stop telling lies. There's also giving the nod of approval. There's also people pleasing, which is a form of lying to yourself. So learning to live a life of integrity will make you feel deserving. Learning to live a life of gratitude will make you feel gracious. Okay. The third thing I think that is critical for you to begin feeling fulfilled is to understand why you're doing the things that you're doing, why you're stuck in behavior patterns that are not serving you. So the challenge I would put you to today is to make a list of where you're stuck in your life. Like, what are the areas of your life that you're stuck in? And just list them all out. Like, list the top 5 areas that you're stuck in your life. You need to lose 10 pounds. You don't have enough money in the bank. Your relationship's messed up. These are the areas. So then I want you to begin to bring awareness to what belief systems, what stories have you told yourself about why you're stuck. Okay, so I'm going to use my own personal example. I need to lose 10 pounds. All right, well, why am I stuck and needing to lose 10 pounds? What's a story I've told myself? I don't have enough time, right? I'm too busy. I'm opening up a new business right now. So I'm in this like nonstop mode. Where can I find the time? That's a belief system that I've created. All right, so learning how to uncover why we're stuck, really looking into it, is what is key to becoming unstuck. And the great thing about creating this awareness around where we're stuck is just the awareness alone will begin to create change. All you need to do is shine the light of awareness on a problem, and with that light of awareness, things start to change. The last thing I think that is insanely important is to come to this one realization, is that you are not your body and you are not your mind. You are the observer of your body and your mind. And when you learn to take this step back away from the mind and take this step back away from the body, you can start to realize that you don't have to believe everything you're telling yourself. And when you move into this observer mode, you can start to pay attention to the patterns. You can start to pay attention to the things that you're telling yourself over and over and over again. You make a mistake, you fail, and the things you're telling yourself is that you're such an idiot. Why did you do that? How could you be so stupid? This is a pattern. This is a pattern of self-hatred. This is a pattern of not loving yourself. And then the question will be well, where did that begin in your life? Once you learn to identify where that began in your life and why that pattern was created, you can then do, I guess, which is step 4, which is learn how to let that go. I think the one thing that people are missing, the one thing that keeps people playing small is that they don't know how to transcend their emotions, and they continue to allow their emotions to drive the bus. So let me give you an example of this. So something happens to you, you're driving down the street and someone cuts you off, and that creates the emotion of anger. Without the awareness of that emotion, you just get on the bus of anger, and then for the rest of the day, you're just allowing that emotion to dictate every single decision that you make. Then you go into work and you're all pissed off, and your boss tells you something, and then guess what? You get a little bit more angry. But with awareness, by taking this step back, you can say, oh, I'm on the bus of anger. Let me choose to step off that bus. All right? So with that awareness, we step off the bus by allowing ourselves to feel the anger. And I'm not talking about venting it. I'm not talking about talking to friends about it. I'm talking about sitting with the anger, sitting with the feeling of anger, and allowing it to run its course. If you allow an emotion to be felt fully without resisting it, the energy behind that emotion is gone in 5 minutes. So you could be 5 minutes away from a major breakthrough. These, I think, are the 4 steps to what I think is critical to learning how to live a life where you're feeling fulfilled every single day. And it's about taking back your power. Right now, you are allowing your subconscious mind to run the show. And if you learn to take a step away from the subconscious mind and just start paying attention to it, and you can do this in multiple ways. You can do this through meditation, you can do this through journaling, you can do this through just actively listening to your mind for a few minutes. When you start to take back that power and just observe the mind, you'll start to realize that the mind is kind of like a primitive monkey. And you can actually look at it lovingly and be like, oh, there you are, mind, once again, trying to bring me down, trying to keep me safe. Well, it's time for you to make the realizations that your mind is not serving you. Your mind has one primary function, which is to keep you safe. And once you realize how it's keeping you safe and what it's keeping you safe from, then you can learn how to let it go. Once you're free of whatever it is it was protecting you from, then you're free to begin experiencing life to its fullest. And this is how we learn how to live this life that is full of fulfillment. You don't need to add vacations. You don't need to add more money. You don't need to add a new job. You just need to learn how to let go. If you're interested in learning more about letting go, you can shoot me a message, DM me, comment here below, and I'll tell you all about my letting go school that I've created that is helping people do just that.